What's up, fam? This is Legato. I make money investing, selling, trading, flipping, holding NFTs. Anything related to Web3 and crypto, I'm into it. This last week has been nuts with NFTs and crypto. Runestones are going crazy on the Ordinals side. Solana meme coins have been all over the timeline, and there are always endless opportunities to make money. One opportunity that you have right now is to join my community, Omega Alpha. We have a public Discord. We give away a lot of free stuff, whitelists. We have game nights, events, all that stuff. But the core group is a 69 spot subscription membership. It's paid approximately $50 a month, and honestly, it pretty much stays full all the time. However, we do have one spot that I want to give away in this video, so I'm going to say a random code word at some point later on, and I'm going to pick one person that leaves that code word in the comments below and give you 1 month free access to the subscription part of my server. Exclusive whitelist raffles, airdrop alpha, everything you need to have an edge in this market. But let's quickly get into what you tuned into this video for. Me talking about a chunk of early and hyped NFT projects in a short period of time, so you know what to keep an eye on. I'm not a financial advisor, you always have to do your own research, but if you can't find a way to stack up that magic internet money in this market, you're not hanging with the right people and you're not looking hard enough. The first one I want to talk about today is Bitcoin JURASSIC, and if you couldn't figure it out, it's an Ordinals project. At the time of recording this video, it has less than 2,000 followers, but a ton of them are heavy hitters. I have a huge amount of mutual follows on this one. The pinned tweet is a pretty cool teaser. You can tell they're leaning heavy into the lore and trying to make this fun. More and more details are starting to leak out, but basically it's a gamified NFT experience and minigame. It's reminiscent of the old T-Rex game in Google Chrome if you're familiar. Higher scores means higher rewards. There's airdrops, staking rewards, and I think when projects make it fun like this, as opposed to click and approving in a wallet, it stands out compared to the rest. It shows they're trying to do something fun. And this is exactly the type of thing that can catch fire on Twitter. If you're familiar, look at Crypto Valleys that just minted like a couple days ago. No earth-shattering tech, no crazy wild promises, just a fun little gamified experience, good marketing, good execution, and boom. So keep an eye on this one. Next up is Oasis. Their tagline is, Oasis is a lucid invitation to build the first network state on Bitcoin. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole with this one, but the look and vibe and tweets and everything about this is very unique. I already see it getting a lot of attention, and I see a lot of big Ordinals names already following it. So I think if they play their cards right, it definitely has something to stand out from the rest, so that's why it's on my radar. Here's another Ordinals project that plays into Bitcoin history, Project Zero. It's an art project that pays homage to the very first inscription ever, Zero, by Rod Armour, the Ordinals founder. They take the skull and do different variations, and it's pretty neat if you're a Bitcoin nerd. You can dive into their Gitbook and learn more of the details, but the quick version is there's 3 phases. Phase 1, 0 PFP, Phase 2, 0 distortions, and Phase 3, 0 Ordinals. Phase 1, the PFP, should be minting within the next week or so. It has a supply of 999 and is separated into 3 rarities: 555 common, 333 gold, 111 diamond. The color of the skull's teeth depicts which category of rarity it falls into. Mint price is 0.00099, and I don't think it's announced anywhere, but my guess is that they're minting on Magic Eden, and based on the vibe and the people following it, I'm looking forward to how it plays out. Next up is another Ordinals project, JOSU, bringing anime retro vibes to Ordinals. It's relatively early, about 2,500 followers as of right now. The art looks good. The word on the street is that the artist has worked on a lot of anime before, like Blue Lock, Jujutsu Kaisen, and One Piece. It's still pretty early, I don't have a lot of info. Judging by their Twitter, it looks like they're going to slowly roll out the characters and introduce them, so I'm going to keep my eye on it and see how it builds up. Next up is actually a token launch, not an NFT project. ORANGEDX. I'm very picky about token launches and IGOs, IDOs, pre-sales. This is one that I personally got involved in, so I wanted to talk about it as I think it does have a lot of potential. ORANGEDX is a first-gen Bitcoin DeFi hub, which basically means their platform's protocol allows you to trade, bridge, swap, earn, lend, everything. I really think Bitcoin DeFi is going to get hot as the tech continues to expand on Bitcoin and Ordinals. And shameless plug, if you're following me on Twitter, you'd know a couple weeks ago I did a big long detailed thread where I go into everything ORANGEDX does and talk about BRC20, how it's basically the first DEX aggregator that allows seamless transfers from BTC to EVM. But the big thing I wanted to mention here is that they already have a ton of big partnerships and have sold out on all of these top tier launch pads already. FinScepter, Pools, TrustPad, BRC20. During this launch week, everywhere that 04DX is listed, people are eating it up. 04DX is about to get listed on Gate.io and MEXC, so even if you weren't able to get in on the early stuff with this one, I would definitely keep an eye on it. With all these connections and juicy announcements, ORANGEDX definitely has a good chance to kill it out the gate. See what I did there? Out the gate? Gate.io? Next up, I want to talk about LANCET. This is one of the few times you're going to hear me talk about a subscription type of service like this, as I'm usually just a degenerate and talk about NFT projects that haven't minted yet, but I know a lot of people that have made some money with LANCET, and in the current NFT whitelist meta, I definitely think it's worth talking about. Remember that time you had a first come first serve whitelist, and before you could even click the button, it was sold out, and you're like, man, I wish I knew how people did that. This is how. LANCET is a one-stop minting companion. They have their own private fast RPC nodes. They have a ton of simple and fast NFT management features, which let you handle multiple wallets, listing on multiple marketplaces, and everything is really streamlined. They have their own contract mint setup where they batch mint public degen mints with their own contract that not only saves gas but enables bulk minting. And my favorite, their minting module. Basically, the way their block zero tech works is that it sends your transaction while monitoring pending transactions. And if all these technical terms are over your head, let me break it down real simple. The LANCET team sets up custom minting modules for each big popular mint. When everybody else is hitting refresh on the web page and hoping that it works, you load your whitelist wallet into LANCET and it takes care of all the gas and options and all that advanced stuff for you. And boom, you're minting before other people even have a chance to hit the button. It's really novice trader friendly. The guys over there are real active. So if you're hardcore or want to be hardcore, LANCET is probably going to give you a lot of value and it's definitely worth trying out. I mean, somebody like me would never condone stacking multiple whitelists on one project and then using a minting bot to make sure you get them all and then sell the NFTs for a huge amount of profit. Wait, yes I would. So scope out LANCET, check them out on Twitter, and stop complaining about the botters. If you can't beat them, join them. Here's an NFT project that grew in Twitter size real quick. PXU. PXU has a handful of upcoming games. Their teaser video on Twitter is really cool. They got a lot of stuff in the works, and I don't have a monster amount of detail on these guys. I haven't talked to their team or dug up anything juicy yet, but they also are the team behind PRC, Pixel Race Club. Pixel Race Club is on blast. They've been building for a while, and they're partnered with Exterio Games. Exterio is pretty selective about who they partner and collab with. Their team's pretty stacked, so it definitely makes me want to keep an eye on PXU and see what they got in the works. Is it an NFT pass? Is it a new game? I don't know, but I'm keeping an eye on Pixel Universe. Before I say the next project name, promise to code, so here it is, 69. Obviously, that's because the total number of subscription spots in my group is 69. Why did you think I said 69? Disgusting. But back to NFTs, next project up on the stage is Last Memory, a blockchain-based co-op online RPG. It's a roguelike RPG that's going to be on iOS, Android, and PC. But what you may not know is that their Japanese Twitter page already has 100k followers. They already sold out of 108 NFTs at 0.94 ETH each. There's already over 100,000 pre-registered users for this, and altogether their team has been involved with previous gaming projects that total up a whopping 40 million downloads. The original title had 9 million users, and Enish, which is behind this game, is a publicly traded company on the Tokyo Stock Exchange since 2013. So this one really stands out when you compare it to degenerate projects that are like, hey, give us $1 million and we'll make a game. I mean, that always works out, right? But seriously, there's so much saturated junk in this market right now. I feel like the way to go is bet on teams. Bet on people with a proven track record. And on top of that, anime girls fighting to save Tokyo, that has legato written all over it. The next one I want to talk about is on Solana, KOZMIK BUMZ. These guys have been building for a while, and they're going to launch a 7k supply project. However, what caught my attention was the art. The video, the art, the vibes, all of it. It definitely stands out. I dug a little deeper and learned that the person behind this is Gil Navo, who was an animator on South Park for 11 years. So that's something that really stood out to me, because it's not like a lot of projects nowadays when it's some rando guy on Twitter with 8 followers as the artist. No offense if you're that rando guy on Twitter with 8 followers. But someone who's been involved with building a brand and an IP in the past in Web 2 is definitely something that you don't see every day. You can check out their Twitter and website to learn more about it, the vibes, the lore, the trippy art. They've been making their rounds recently, had a lot of big AMAs, and I've seen them start to be mentioned more and more in different alpha groups. I definitely think Solana is the perfect fit for these guys. Solana has been popping off, and I grew up watching South Park. Next up, I want to talk about a big one, FRANTOKYO. Their PFP project, Visions, has an 8,000 supply and is minting on March 27th. They minted out their 2,000 supply Genesis Pass back in August of 2023. It has almost 2,000 ETH in trading volume, with only 10 listed. Holders of this PFP will be part of the SFT Studios community, which includes Weebox and the Anime Foundation. Holders will receive AnaRep scores, which is determined by NFT rarity. I'm a big weeb, and this kind of reminds me of my anime list if you're familiar, but what separates these guys from most projects, they're actually an Animoca brand subsidiary company. They have a lot of really cool stuff coming: Oni Force, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex 2045, Afro Samurai, Liar Liar, and it's all connected to the manga token. 26% of the supply is allocated directly to the community, but it's pretty rare to have a super hyped token like this in the space that's connected to real IPs and brands have that high of a percentage specifically dedicated to the community. Obviously, I'm pretty bullish on these guys, and my community has collaborated with them for whitelist spots. In addition, I have spoken with one of their co-founders and CEOs on an AMA, but regardless, their upcoming mint is definitely one that you should watch. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this one and see if they can pull something big off. Here's one I started to see getting mentioned more and more: KMON, or Cryptomon Hunters. KMON's been around for a while. Zeely Quest, tokens, you name it. They're aiming to be the biggest true MMORPG experience in Web3. Train, breed, battle, all that stuff we want to see and play. But the reason why I want to talk about them now is they've partnered with Crypto.com and are minting a 2K supply project at the end of this month. The TLDR on these guys is that they have almost 12 million in funding, an AI grant from ChainGPT, their cross-platform game is coming at the end of April, and they've really showed that they have a lot of longevity. Their token KMON was listed in 2021. Bybit, MEXZ, Gate.io, all the big boys. And KMON is still here, still building, and still pushing out game. In the past, I've seen projects partner with Crypto.com for launches and do pretty good. And this NFT trading card pack promises to bring phygital utility, early access, and exclusive perks in their KMON Trainer Hub. It also gives you earning capabilities in their upcoming 3 games. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it, as I want to see what the world of Kogaya has to offer. I'm going to end this video with 2 really quick early projects that I don't have much information to share. The first one is Dune 404. I have a ton of mutual follows on this one. They have 2 tweets and they both got a ton of impressions, but straight up, the reason why this one caught my attention is because of what's in the bio. Dune claims to be the first DN404 project backed by Animoca brands, and let's be honest, with absolutely no other information besides that available, it's got my attention. And the second one is ultra early, Project NERU. As of the time of recording this video, it has 235 followers. It's got a little sneak peek of the art in progress, and I see some early alpha groups rating it already. Supposedly something is happening in April, which is about a week away. So let's see how many of those early project snipers find this one. Just remember, Legato beat most of you to it. And bang, you made it to the end of the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I like to do video content like this 1 to 2 times a week. Links to every single project I mentioned will be in the description below. Again, I'm giving away a free spot to my subscription community. All you gotta do is put the code that I mentioned a few minutes ago in the comments below. A couple days after this video goes live, I'll randomly pick someone and respond to your comment, letting you know that you are Legato's special butterfly, and to come on into the Omega Alpha Discord server if you're not there already. But besides all that, let's get real. You probably watched my entire video being mesmerized by my voice and good looks the entire time, but in the back of your head there was one project that you can't believe I didn't mention yet. Well, guess what? If you followed me on Twitter, I probably already did. But seriously, if you think I missed something, or you have an idea for my next video, right after you make sure that subscribe button's hit down there, let me know down below and I'll check it out. And on that note, peace out.